Hey there YouTube, Shiro Torah 1979 here with another video for you. This one is actually going to be on something that I've touched on in my other videos, but I've never dealt with specifically. And that is what I call lying for the Lord. And it's something that was actually, in a way, taught to me even at an old Bible camp I went to. And basically what it is leaving out details whenever you're talking to someone, but leaving out critical details of what you're talking about, of your points, of what someone said, quote mining, or just out and out lying about another person's faith to try and make your case stronger. And what upsets me is there are some churches out there who see nothing wrong with out and out lying, making something up. They say don't do it. But if you want to leave out a little detail here or something like that, that's fine, because we're going to bring them to a greater truth in the long run than these little details that may be hard for you to explain away. And it's something I can't understand why people do it. And I'm actually going to bring up a particular video, a particular person now. And that's Shock of God, Shock On Now. Now I want to say first off, I think he's a Christian. I'm not going to criticize, I'm not going to question his salvation. That's not my place. I'm not going to question his standing with the Lord. That's, once again, not my place. It's really not. But I will question what he does. And in one of his videos called Shocking Secret History of Paganism, Actual Bible Truths, I have a problem with this video. First off, not the least of it, is he puts truths in the video itself. Well, if you're going to put truth in the video, you might not want to lie while making the video. Okay, and in this video, I'm going to deal with one particular point in this. He brings up a YouTuber by the name of Katrina Dark Angel. And he holds her up as an honest pagan. She admits that paganism is founded upon child sacrifice. He loves to put in child sacrifice over and over. I've seen him doing it in other videos. And he quotes her. And even and he takes this 500-word paragraph in an ongoing debate he's having with her, or discussion. And all he reads, and I'm going to read it here because I got it in front of me, where she says, yes, there was human sacrifice involved. And he says, see, she admits that there was child sacrifice was the foundation of paganism. Which, you know, anyone with a brain cell says, what's all this other stuff? It reminds me of, if anyone's ever watched, you know, CNN specials and all that on, you know, Christian cults. And that you'll see, like, they'll say, well, here's the Bible verse we get our entire foundation from. You know, and you'll see, like, a little highlighted area here. And, you know, many paragraphs down here, there'll be the rest of it highlighted, and they read it as one sentence. Now, anyone with, you know, common sense will say, excuse me, please, is the rest of that important? Why are you ignoring all this in the middle? You know, and because it's probably important. So, in that regards, in just this one paragraph, let me read the rest of what Dark Angel has said. Well, Baal, and I'm quoting now. Well, Baal, the worship extends back to 14th century BCE among ancient Semitic peoples, the descendants of Shem, the eldest son of Noah. Now, right there, we see this is part of an ongoing conversation, okay? Baal was also the common name of small Syrian or Persian deities as well, though he is principally thought of as a Canaanite fertility deity. Yes, there was human sacrifice involved. That was a long time ago. You are generalizing all pagans with the description of one God in the Bible. That is wrong. That is like racism or being sexist. So, all we see is within this one particular sect of paganism, one particular sect, which historically is very small when taking paganism as a whole, and is not the foundation practice of paganism. Historically, we know this as fact. That's not what she said at all. She nothing about child sacrifice. She said yes, they did it. They didn't say that was the foundation of their belief. Nothing that Shock has brought up. And if you actually go to the page and read this entire thing in context, we're talking about particular religion and that how he's trying to generalize it. And she's like, well, what about the human sacrifice in the Bible? And I mean, and she's not just talking about, killing a person, but just thing after thing. Well, someone's sacrificed one life for another against the other person's will. And while I don't agree with all her points, I think she brings up some things that should be discussed. But Schock and many others like that just kind of ignore any points that they can't discuss instead of saying, well, let me look further into it. And here's the problem when you quote mine like that, is that if you're going to quote mine and twist truth, twist what we know historically or anything, why should anyone listen to you when you claim to be speaking truth? Now, I'm not talking about if you make a mistake and say, hey guys, you know what, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, and go on. That's called a mistake. Lying is when you know something not to be true and yet state it as true anyway. Okay? Such as, so I've heard these two things, all Wiccans eat babies. Wiccans, to speak of modern, is founded upon the idea of child sacrifice and eating the flesh. I mean, I'm like, oh my, come on, people. Now, while I don't agree with pagan practices, with their religion, that doesn't mean I'm going to lie about it. And here's something I really think is important. This is for all groups. If you're going to talk about someone to somebody about anything, know what you're talking about and studying it. Pagans, if you're going to talk to Christians, go out and talk to them and, engage in debate, conversation with them. Know what they believe. And I'm sorry to tell you, you going to Baptist Sunday school till you're 16, 17, 18 does not make you a theologian, does not mean you understand anything about the specifics of the history of the Bible or even, particular Bible theology throughout history. Same thing. Christians, if you're going to talk to pagans, don't think reading the latest Bob Larson book is going to give you any actual historical knowledge of paganism. Or if you're going to speak about evolution, reading Ken Ham is probably the worst thing you can do. Just because you read these books does not make you an authority. It takes real study. It takes real understanding. And don't lie about what a person believes. Because if you lie, especially in something that is easily verifiable, it hurts your ongoing testimony. And when you make a mistake, because I make mistakes. Apologize. Say, you know what, I'm sorry. I made that mistake. I was misinformed. I am sorry about that. And if you have a video and you think the rest of it is valid, you know what? Put in little annotations. You know what? I made a mistake. I'm sorry. This is not right. It's called being honest. And in fact, the Bible tells us not to twist facts, not to twist truth. If we know something's not true, we don't lie about it. Because if we're going to speak about knowing anything, if we're going to talk about being true, honest to other people, we ourselves need to do it in what we do, especially in something like YouTube. So that's basically what I want to say is, and this goes for everyone, don't lie. And when you find out what you're saying is not true, say, hey, guess what? This isn't true. And, just sometimes just because you don't like it doesn't make it not true. There are certain things in Christianity that, yeah, I've had a problem with. But you know what? I believe in my faith. I have strength in faith in Christ and God. And just because I don't like it doesn't mean I can ignore it at times. So I know some of you are going to have a problem with this. You know what? I'm just speaking from the heart right now. And I hope, and basically what it comes down to is, when you speak from truth. Speak what you know to be true, and if wrong, admit it. Don't knowingly lie about what people say, and don't quote mine, people. Anyway, everyone, take care. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.